I'm a director of engineering. Robotics is somehow becoming the future for all of us.
Robotic movements, and this is the future of next generation. How do you do it?
My main energy जो आती है वो है technology से.
You have so many amazing kids. Some might become engineers. Without the support of parents, cannot happen.
These are middle schoolers and high schooler kids. They are very dedicated.
Is there anything else you want to tell all our viewers?
I just want to share that parents play a very important role. They have worked hard. Robotics engineering platform to build like leaders and encouraging their kids to get into this world.
Namaskar and welcome to Mana TV and TV5. This is Kulraj for you. I hope you're doing great. This is 2026 and we all are getting ready with our plans, whatever we want to do in 2026. My name is Kulraj and I'm right here, and look at this, what's going on. I think we have something very exciting and interesting for all the viewers, wherever you are. This is the future. Of course, my friend was supposed to join me. Simply complex. Time देती है फिर भी आती नहीं है. अरे बाबा, Meghna, where are you?
I am right here, Kulraj ji. Good to see you.
Welcome. और करीब आ जाओ. That is so nice to see you. Meghna, it's such a great honor to have you in the studios, and I know we have this exciting robotic movements, and this is the future of next generation. And you are a great contributor. We are so proud of you that you are driving the community in the right direction. How you do it?
Thank you, Kulraj ji. I think for me, I'm a mentor for this team and I'm very excited. And how I do it, I think my main energy जो आती है वो है technology से. By background, I'm a director of engineering. And robotics is somehow becoming the future for all of us.
Wow, it is. I wish I can find one, but I want to know more about it. And I know you have been doing this for quite some time. And folks, let me tell you one thing. You must use this as much you can. It's very important to be active and work with leaders like Meghna. See, because Meghna makes it happen. She's very, very committed, hardworking, dedicated. And of course, she is a mom, she's a wife, and she's a friend of the community. And so tell me about today's show, what we have. You have so many amazing kids who are committed and dedicated. Some might become doctors, some might become engineers, entrepreneurs, business entrepreneurs. They might do something in their life. And I think these kind of activities, without the support of parents, cannot happen.
Well said, Kulraj ji. These are middle schoolers and high schooler kids. They are very dedicated. This is actually the Simply Complex team. They are based out of West Windsor, New Jersey, basically in Princeton. And unka dedication is so good. They have been working long hours to build the bot that you will be seeing here. And I just want to share that the part that I really like about this team is they work as a team together. It's like a sport. Like you have to think about engineering, you have to think about design, you have to think about what kind of metals do you use, how do you cut them. I am very impressed with this young leader's talent, and especially with this young generation. They are the building blocks for the future. They are helping us realize that, hey, as a country, we need to move forward. And I'm so glad to be a part of their team.
And I'm so lucky to be part of your life and your journey, Meghna. I think is interesting. So tell me, how you manage your time. So many things. It's not easy.
That's a great question. I think, Kulraj ji, passion is what keeps me going in life.
Passion.
So passion for technology. I think right from childhood, one of the first things I remember is I broke my hairdryer and I got yelled at, and then I was trying to fix it. And that is what sparked the part of engineering in me. And whether I'm in half sleep, running for my errands, the thing that keeps me going is robotics and the team's enthusiasm.
So I would like to meet the parents and I like to talk to them, Meghna. Is there anything else you want to tell all our viewers? Anything you want to say?
I just want to share that parents play a very important role, starting from mentorship, keeping their kids in that sanity mode. I am so pleased to introduce these parents to you because they have worked hard. They have been around, helping the first robotics engineering platform to build like leaders and, encouraging their kids to get into this world. So I'm very excited to bring them.
Great. Our channel is watched all over the globe and, there are so many people who are watching us right now. How you find a mentor? How you find him?
I think that's a great question. I would say one thing, that if you like someone, just send them an email, send them a text, go and just try to make an effort to just say hello to them. And you will be surprised. People do want to talk to you. It's not that they will. And if there is one mentor who says no, I am telling you, you will find people who want to mentor you. So keep looking for the right one which connects with you. And that is how life is.
Fantastic. So let's meet the parents.
Yes, sounds good, Kulrajji.
Folks, what an exciting moment at the studios of TV5 and Mana TV. Wherever you're watching us, I just want to say, give it for all this amazing, talented robotic kids who are in the studios. Of course, Meghna, thank you so much. You are my Jane Ja. How are you doing? Tell me.
Kulrajji, thank you so much for inviting all of us. I think because of people and big mentors like you, it has really helped all of us to get a platform कि हम अपनी आवाज़ दूसरों के पास भी पहुंचा सकते हैं. Otherwise, it would have been so difficult. Like, these kids are doing such good work in the community, and I wanted to show it to everyone, and you have brought us here. So thank you for that.
Not me. It is वक्त की बात है. Time की बात है. And of course, I'm so proud to have the parents who drive them from A to B, tomorrow here, day after here, who's picking up whom. So many kids part of this whole amazing effort. So let's meet the parents. I know it's very important. First of all, I would like to thank all the parents wherever you are watching this show. This is your lifeline, guys. And what Meghna is doing, you can do that too. And, bring communities together and give them all this energy, give them all this exposure, what we are giving you right here on TV5 and Mana TV. And want to thank Mr. Sridhar Chillala. Thank you so much for your contribution to our community and our society. So tell me about the parents.
Yes, Kulrajji, I am very pleased. These parents, they made the effort, weekday pe aana, sham ke waqt, to get all the kids so far. We would love to know more about, getting your kids into robotics. I would start maybe with Dimple, with you, just to share, what, after bringing robotics in your kids' life, what changes have you seen?
Thank you, Meghna, for asking that question. It is very important because I see a major difference. When they come back, they bring the team spirit back with them. They bring it to the home. They help us with their team effort, and they show their younger sibling and, of course, us as well as parents, that how important it is to live in harmony, to problem solve each day. Everything, little things can be talked out and worked out. So I feel that is the biggest difference that we see after having, my kid go to the robotic team.
I was told that Dimple doesn't talk, but she talks.
Well, sometimes.
She has so much energy. She is ready. And Dimple, what do you do? What's your profession?
I'm a real estate agent in Plainsboro, Princeton area.
Congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
business to be in.
Absolutely.
Come on. All the guys who want to buy a home.
Yeah, there I am.
And who else we have?
So maybe we can start with you. Like, just share what you think about your child. How much do you think they have learned? And, anything that he's actually applying at home also, something that you want to share.
I think this robotics thing has been a lifesaver for me, because I know, we all know, right? High school kids, they have a lot of stress in terms of work and school and so on. But this is, to my son, a stress buster. So he has truly enjoyed working with people. At the same time, you learn a lot of skills that you can apply at home. For example, if you can, if you have kids who are good at robotics, they can fix things at home. They can install the cameras.
In my garage.
Yeah. garage openers, cameras, you
Yes.
name it.
Oh my God! Please help me out.
Surely, Kulraj.
And that's so amazing, so interesting. Let's meet the next pair.
Yeah, I do definitely want to bring in Lakshmi as well. I met Lakshmi
Lakshmi ji ko namaskar.
through Simply Complex, and one of the things that I like about Lakshmi is like she's very involved parent, always thinking through how we can get the team to the next level, and from mentorship point of view. So Lakshmi, is there anything, your children in fact have been in robotics, and I'm very, I was very pleased to see some of their 3D printing work which went to some of the kids in Africa. That's a big deal. So I am just amazed with the talent, and something you want to share, like how do you inculcate that in your children, and how does it spark that energy?
So I'm amazed to see that how interested they are in robotics. It's not something that I have introduced them, but they found that once they joined the team, they saw the seniors working, and then they found the passion, right? I'm so glad that they found the passion. And now at home, I don't do anything to inculcate them. The thing is, I be with them, just being there next to them, even when I drive to the tournaments, when tournaments are all day long, I just be there for them, cheering them. So knowing that I am interested makes them feel more motivated. And even at the dinner tables, we have the conversations about robotics. And they started very simple, with a simple thought for competitive robotics. But now they are thinking, how can we use these skills that they
To the next level. Wow.
That's where they
Awesome.
found
Very nice.
prosthetics, and then they are building some with a paraplegic patient. They are building some a device, assistive device, where they can put on the legs by himself. So all this, it's really amazing to
Very
see
proud
how they
of
are
you.
growing.
Let's meet the next parent, Meghna.
Yes. I think with you, I have one question, and thank you, Lakshmi, for sharing your journey. Just in general, how do you feel about, with kids? Like I have seen your kid Karthik in action, with all the mechanical part, and Ahana and everybody. So is there anything that you can share with the audience, that how did you motivate them to get into robotics?
So I am Ahana's dad. So
Yeah.
Ahana loves to build, his love for building started with the Lego. So she started with a small Lego, and now she builds 6 feet, big Lego with 10,000 pieces. And one day I took her to one robotics competition, and then she fall in love. And I was looking for a very good institute, where the best things can be trained. So I used to take him almost 1 hour in Summit, and it was a very long distance. And then I luckily found Simply Complex, it's in Plainsboro, 10 minutes distance, and she really enjoys it. And one thing I'll tell, she's rookie, she's just 8th grader, but she got a real good mentor. They have this team has the best mechanical, they have the best programming. So Ahana is learning a lot. Hopefully in next 2-3 years she can lead, and she will take this more into automation, because future is all about robotics. So definitely it's going to help.
Thank you for sharing that. And I think now I remember why I connected you with Karthik, because I saw Karthik and Ahana together.
Yes.
So now I think the whole mechanical aspect ties
Right.
up with Ahana, how she's learning. So thank you for sharing that. And last but not the least, before we close out the segment, thank you for joining us. Anything else that you want to share, especially from the part that robotics is now the future, right, that we are looking at, and things are changing. Any changes you see in your kid in general? Are they very excited all the time? Are they thinking about new ideas? Something you want to share with the audience?
Absolutely. So my child from the very beginning is very much into solving complex problems. I think this is giving a great avenue for him to not give up on solving those problems, because the world around us is full of complexities, and it is only going to increase, right? The amount of complexity. So being part of this robotics team is not only helping them how to solve, but also navigating through this process of solving the complexity. So that is really helping him. And overall, right, along with that, not just the technical skills required, but also the soft skills required, how to work in a team setting, because you cannot succeed as a solo, contributor. It's a teamwork. Teamwork, as I always believe in, it's a lot of we, less of me. So that really echoes specifically with this team. And I have seen like my child is very, very enthusiastically, wants to go to robotics all the time. Even though the center closes, he is one of the last members to come out of the academy. So definitely
Great.
it's a great program.
Meghna, I want to join your team. I
Kulaji, you're
want to
welcome.
learn all these skills. Can you teach me, please?
Yes, definitely.
I
We
will
need
drive
the
the
team.
kids. I have nothing to do. I'll drive the kids. Come on. Take
Kulji,
me
for
in the
that
team.
you need to meet the team. So we will be welcoming them.
Okay,
soon.
so let's meet the team.
Yes, sounds good.
Folks, I'm so impressed with Meghna and Meghna's team, the parents. This is an amazing opportunity for the community, nationwide, global community. Let's educate our kids, give them the opportunity because it is available. And don't say, I don't know, kya karu, kaise karu. You have to do it. You have to use energy and take your kids to one of these organizations, what Meghna is doing and the Meghna's team is doing. Meghna, very proud of you. And I want to say that TV5, Mana TV International, everybody, the CEO, Shirdar Chilara, we all very proud of our next generation, our kids. And I think we need to drive this energy to the next level. And you are the one, you're going to introduce the team, you're going to introduce all of us, how important this is to grow. And the parents said so many wonderful things. That was so amazing. I loved it.
Yes, thank you, Kulraji, and the TV5 and Mana TV for giving us the opportunity. We are just a catalyst, a lot of parents behind the scenes. I'm one of the mentors as well. And we are, I just want to share, to build like a robot like this, it takes a lot of teamwork. And we have a wonderful team, Simply Complex here. So without further ado, let's bring them in because you want to see what is behind the scenes. So let's bring the real people outside.
Okay, let's bring the team and let's make some noise. Come on, guys. Let's make some noise. Come on, guys. Come on in. Welcome to TV5 Mana TV. Oh my God, you're looking dashing. Look at your personality. Guys, this is the team. Whatever you're seeing here, and you will see so many amazing things. Can you put your hands together for the team, guys? Hey, lovely. I'm so proud of all of you guys. I'm telling you, this is the future. This is the future, and you guys are amazing. Can I see you smile? All right. So tell us, let's meet everybody.
Yes, sounds good. Why don't we get started? Maybe we'll spice up, give your name, and then we'll go into some questions. I think we'll start maybe with Ritvik and Krish. What is first to you? So tell the audience. I think nobody knows what is first. I keep saying first. So maybe you can take a minute, tell about first, and introduce your team.
So first is basically for inspiration and recognition of science technology. It promotes STEM and innovation through young minds, and it's throughout the world, and it's basically a way to experience engineering.
Fantastic, Talia.
That is very nice.
Very
Thank you
nice.
for sharing that. The other thing that I want to know is, if you all can take a minute and talk about FTC in general. Like FIRST has many competitions. It has FTC and FRC. Can you take a minute and talk about what is FTC?
C basically stands for First Tech Challenge, and its importance is basically it requires real engineering experience, and it works through innovating also engineering.
I think one of the things that I have seen is the part that it's like a startup, right? Like you're doing everything. Like I see you all going to outreaches, trying to get sponsors, and I love that about FTC. And thank you for sharing the part that it is all about engineering and design. That makes it so much lovely. So let's tell us about your team, Simply Complex. Go into detail about what is the mission of your group.
Yeah, so like she said, we are team 18061 Simply Complex. We are a 6-season team coming from the Princeton STEM Academy. It's a place where many robotics enthusiasts come together and just have fun doing robotics, working on robots, and like what he said, doing FTC. As of today, we are currently ranked as the #1 team in the state.
Oh, big hand, mama, fantastic! Very proud of you.
State, and we are also top 50 in the world, and there's over like many teams around the world. So I think great job to all. Just great job for the whole work, and then we're gonna keep working. And
Yeah, that is very good. I mean, that is one of it takes a lot of effort, and I love how y'all are working together. Is there something you want to share about how do you really organize your team? What are the missions of your team?
Yeah, so our team structure promotes really like leadership and collaboration. So we have leads and captains. So captains establish action items for the entire team to do, and leads will assist them in handing them out to everyone on the team. Additionally, we want to make sure everyone on the team has a role within every subcategory. So we want to include everyone to help them develop a diverse skill set to help them later in life, not just right now.
That is amazing, and I think that's the well-rounded thing that I think every parent kind of thinks about their children. But at the same time, I think as individuals, I just want to share that the skills that you're learning, you're also going to see it in corporate world as well as in entrepreneur world. These skills will go long.
Meghna,
so nice work.
I'm totally grounded, man. This is amazing, and I never imagined that what all they are doing. They're all genius. A big hand up for all of you guys, man. You're fantastic.
Yes, great work, team. So maybe let's move on, and thank you for sharing, what are the missions. I'm going to shift a little bit gear towards Gia and Ahana. I love the women power, by the way, in the team. It's
Can you come
good to
little
see.
Yeah.
Come forward. I think one of the motivations is it's bringing all genders together. It's not, it's the girls bring in that balance. So we can all be together, right, as a team. So that's the beauty about it. I think one of the things that I want to ask you is, why do you think robotics programs matters for children today?
I think that you learn a lot of skills from robotics, and one of the major skills is definitely problem solving. I know for our team that we have a specific game that we have for every season, and we are required to build a unique designed robot for each season, which requires a lot of problem solving. We have to determine which is the most effective robot to complete all the tasks and save the most amount of time, and is also tailored to us. So problem solving is definitely a skill that we gain.
Yeah, one thing I would like to add on is critical thinking. That is one thing it can teach you. The way it can teach you is like the way which path the robot will go to save the most time and to get the most points. And teamwork, there's different parts. There's mechanical, outreach, and programming. For the programmers, if you want to program the robot, you can't do that without the mechanical people. And perseverance. When your robot isn't working and something is gone wrong, you want to have iterations to fix that. And the first iteration might not always work, so you have to work through that and keep making different iterations.
Thank you for sharing that, Ahana. I think one of the things that I want you to talk about is this whole concept of gracious professionalism that First Robotics has bring. Something that you want to share with the audience about that?
Yeah, gracious professionalism is like a core belief in robotics. Robotics is not just about, coding and building. That's what many people think it is. That's like a common stereotype. But it's also about being gracious towards your opponents and bringing enthusiasm towards each one of your games. So I think that's a really good core belief. At the end of the day, robotics isn't just an extracurricular. It's something that you can use for the rest of your life, whatever skills you learned.
Very nice. Please put your hands together for us. That's so amazing.
Thank you, Gia and Ahana. I think you all are setting that foundation, and Ritvik and Krish as well. We are talking about what it takes to build a team, and you're building those foundations. So let's move on, pivot a little bit on the mechanical side. Mechanical is, to get this robot thing, there's a lot that goes in. It's the mechanical bread and butter. So, maybe just walk us through, Karthik, you are here, and, walk us through your robot like we are 5-year-olds. And what does it do? And, just teach us in simple terms, Sunny, and, go ahead.
So every year, as they were saying, the First Tech Challenge releases a new game. So this year, the objective was a little different because you had these balls that you were meant to shoot into really high up goals. So in order to do that, you first have to pick up the balls, right? So A robot, what it will normally do on the field is spin these wheels at a very fast speed. Yeah, you could put it in.
Okay.
So it'll go into this whole system, and the balls will come out to the top like this. So we have to still launch the balls. We can't just pick them up. And by the way, we can pick 3 of them up at a time. And once we collect them, the shooter wheel over here, it starts spinning really fast, around 6,000 revolutions per minute. And it's able to shoot the balls all the way up like that. So in order to do this really fast and efficiently, we also need a fast drivetrain, because you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to just shoot as many as you can, and the higher number of balls you shoot is like the better you do in the game. So in order to actually like get around the field quickly, we have something called a drivetrain, which is like the wheelbase you see here. And
Very interesting.
yeah, thank you. So these wheels are spun by the motors over here, and as you can see, they look slightly different than what you would typically see on like cars or commercial vehicles, because these are called mechanism wheels, and they do more than just like move forward and backwards. You're also able to do something called strafe, which is moving side to side.
That is pretty cool. I must say, Sunny and Karthik, I've seen this in action and it moves so fast. I mean, it is amazing with all the other interacting robots. So I would just ask one question, like building a robot, what is the hardest challenge you saw in building this robot?
So the hardest thing with our robot this year was our shooter. Since this is the main part of the game, shooting the balls into the goal, we had to refine it to pretty much perfection to make sure the balls would always go in and they would go in fast. So that required us to have around 3 iterations of our shooter. And this iteration right now has 2 motors powering it, which allows for quick speed ups. And we also have a bunch of weights on it. And the weights, they might seem like they're just adding pretty much nothing, but what they do is they increase our inertia, which helps our wheel speed back up much faster than it could without them. Since we have to shoot many of these balls at once, we can't let our wheel speed drop. We have to account for the wheel speed and make sure all the balls go in at one time. And that was one of the main issues we had with our robot, along with consistency. And how we fixed consistency was we decided to change the backboard, and we made it smoother and much more controlled of the ball. So this was definitely one of the biggest mechanical challenges of our robot this year.
That is great. I'm just, the way you're explaining it makes me ask you more questions. So maybe for another time. But if one fun question, if you had unlimited budget, how would you design this bot?
Well, our business is already great. So we have a really nice budget to work with. But if we were to make changes to this robot, one thing I think we would do is make this intake much faster. Since right now, we have to drive around the field to pick up the balls, that is one of the parts of the game that takes the most time. And so if we're able to speed up our intake, it effectively makes us be able to shoot more balls in the same period of time. And since we've already refined our shooter so much, it's only fair that we also refine our intake too.
Sounds great. I think before we go, just one more question I have is, what materials are you using? Like, are these like 3D printed, or how did you build this?
So all of the parts that you see in this robot are custom made, which means that we make them ourselves. And you might be asked, thank you.
Wow.
Here you go.
Yeah. And you might be asking, how do we make these parts? So all the black, all of the black stuff is actually aluminum. And you might be just saying, like, aluminum, that's usually like a metal color, and this black stuff doesn't look like it. Well, it's actually like the same exact thing as this, but we just decided to color it to just make it look like cooler. So how it works is that there's this big sheet of metal on the machine, and then it comes with a little drill bit and cuts out like these unique shapes. And using all of these metal parts, we put it together. Apart from these metal parts in the robot, we also have these blue parts that are 3D printed. We get 3D print for like a very cheap price, and it allows us to get like a lot of cool shapes with cool colors as well. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Sunny. I think that is.
Meghna, I'm very impressed.
Yes, I am impressed, Kunji, every day.
And you have been doing this for how long, Meghna?
Kulji, from my end, I'm more of a mentor for them, from outreach perspective, trying to help, get platforms
Guys,
like this.
please put your hands together for Meghna.
Thank you, thank you.
I see that script and the way you are asking them questions. I think a lot of people who are watching the show, wherever you are, I think you must be thinking that you should join, wherever you are, some team where you can use your skills and knowledge and do what these kids are doing. Or you can connect with Meghna. Why not?
Yeah, I at the end of the program, I think we'll have one of the team members will share the email as well. So you can connect with them. They'll be happy to mentor and give you connections so that you can, get your kids started.
But what about my garage opening?
Kulji, that is also pending. I'm sure it can be fixed.
Just kidding.
So now moving from the mechanical part, which is one of the crux of every robot, we have to move towards how to make it intelligent, and that's where coding comes into place. So with that, I will bring in Rajveer and Rahul to talk about coding. So in general, coding is a very broad term, and it is, I think, used in every field now. So what languages or tools did you use to code this bot? Can you talk about that, please?
So in order to program this robot, we used a coding language called Java, right? And the tool to actually communicate with the robot, as you can see here, there are hubs on the robot which has our actual computer inside the robot, and to communicate with that computer inside the robot, we used a coding platform called Android Studio.
Oh, I think Android, it is so good. We are using that operating system. It's open source. Maybe that's the reason. Is that the reason that you'll use Android?
It's open source, and it's also extremely easy to communicate with it and program for it. So yeah.
Great. One question I have is, what's harder? It's making the robot move, or how to make it precise move? Like, can you talk about what was the part that was hard during coding?
Yes, so the part that was harder during coding was making the robot move more precisely, because this is also a game that requires a lot of precision, right? To shoot the ball, we require a perfect or a near perfect RPM, and in order to pick up the balls in the autonomous period, so we can't control the robot, during that period of time, 30 seconds, it's important that we move precisely. So rather than just moving as a broad term, you could just set a power to the motors and then the robot will start moving on its own. But it's not actually going to accomplish anything by doing that. So making the robot move precisely is important, and it's also much harder than just making the robot move.
Thank you for sharing that, Rahul. I have, before we, go into a little bit of more detail, I wanted to know that how, with the coding for a real robot, was there a different type of programming you had to do, or it was more, or it was similar to what you have been learning?
So it's definitely changed coding for a real robot, because when you learn coding or learn any programming language in general, you start by just learning the syntax and learning basic things with the terminal. But coding with a real robot has definitely changed my perspective on things. For example, we have to account for consistency in the code. For example, will the robot do the same thing every time? Because there's mechanical parts to it. It's not the same thing. It's not something that works just in a little text output. So it's definitely changed how I think about coding and being more consistent and creating something that is more functional, that will work for long periods of time and stuff like that.
I mean, coding can get very complex, and I'm so amazed that you all put it so simply. I think one of the things that I have heard and seen in your team which was very amazing, and Rajveer, you're the coding lead, that the team was saying that you coded this bot in 2 days. So is there anything that you want to share? How do you happen to do that? If there is a child out there who wants to get into coding, is there anything that you can tell them that, okay, here is where you start, or, if they get stuck, do you have any tips for them?
Well, my biggest thing for learning coding in general is project-based learning. Do something that you really like doing. For example, I really like working with the robot because I see physical results. I see the robot work and I get points. That's fun to me. In my opinion, when you're learning coding, you should start by making projects, small little games that you can play with for friends, or something that you really enjoy. And for coding in 2 days, that's because to code a robot, we obviously need the robot, and the mechanical team is sometimes on a tight schedule and will provide the robot late. So we have to rush through 1 or 2 days to code the robot. But I recommend taking your time and everything like that. That was just, with more experience, you'll be able to code things faster. But the biggest thing I think is when you're coding, just do something that you like, do something fun, and continue doing that.
Great thing, Rajveer. I think one of the things that I liked that you said is have fun. I think that is an important sentiment that everybody needs to know, that you can push your child everywhere, but if they are not having
Have fun, but stay focused.
stay focused. All right, let's go on, something about future and how in the real world robotics is going. So I have Shrikar and Johan here. Few things I want to ask you is, what problems in the real world do you hope to solve with the skills you have gained today?
So we think that FIRST and the entire FIRST community and FTC in general is able to solve real world problems that are extremely big. So we can take this as an example. This is a 3D printed prosthetic arm. And we were able to send this out to people all over the world in countries such as Indonesia and Uganda. So what this is it allows kids all over the world to experience life to their fullest, right? And we were able to use the skills that we learned from FTC, from FIRST, to create this arm.
Yeah, so not only that, we also have not as high impacts, but they still have impact. So we have regular household items such as t-shirt folders, RC cars, and more. We all innovated these, and we made the design ourselves using the skills we've learned from robotics.
That is amazing. I mean, I see the creativity. And every time whenever I hear you add something new, the t-shirt folding was something new for me. So what skills from robotics do you already see helping you in your school?
Okay, so for school, so in robotics, we learn many things. We learn mechanical, programming, we even learn business skills. So these all help us and apply to the real world. So right now, for jobs, so there's many great job opportunities you can get from robotics. Using these skills for mechanical, programming, business, these all apply to a wide variety of jobs and fields you can go through, from medical all the way through engineering, which all help and contribute to skills.
Yeah. Anything you want to add?
So, I mean, these skills that we can use, it's not only just the physical things that we can see, it's just the programming stuff, but also the problem solving and the critical thinking, as we were talking about before. So in the real world, you're not going to get everything first try. You have to innovate, you have to design, redesign, keep progressing, and eventually try and reach that perfect goal. But without these skills that we didn't learn through FTC, through trial and error, as we had to build the robot and code in 2 days, we had to really step up our work and try and innovate faster and create and keep up with these challenges that we had to face. And this really relates to the people in the real world, the problems that they face, and in school too. When you're struggling with an assignment, you can't get it done on time. The skills we learn here, we're able to use them, apply them, and succeed.
Sounds great. I am just amazed how you all think through the real life scenarios, like what kind of robots we can use. I just want to go back on that 3D printed model that Kuljarji was playing with. What I have learned from this team is they build these prosthetics, taking it to Africa and helping the kids out over there. Even if it is a prototype, the thought mattered more than anything else, and it shows how much you care for the society. So thank you for doing that, Simply Complex team.
Yeah, I have one question for you, Monica.
Yeah.
Oh, not Monica, Meghna. Meghna, all these kids, look at their commitment, dedication, look at the parents, how involved they are. And what is your message for all the people who are watching us, wherever you're watching the show? What is your message for them? What they should do to get engaged, involved like these kids?
I would say that in general, as a parent, the way I got involved is I think technology was my first love, but I think more than anything, getting involved in what is happening in your kid's life. Sometimes what happens is, kids are in their own world, and sometimes they don't want you around. But I think if you can help them out in any way you can, you will not only learn with them, but you will also be helping the community. Because guess what? All this work, we don't have any funding for it. So it becomes very hard. So
now
as parents, we are
this is a
leaders.
good point. Funding. There are a lot of people out there who are watching this show, and they should get involved and engaged in this kind of activities and at a larger scale with the leadership like Meghna. So put your hands together for Meghna, guys.
Yes.
And I think it's very important for our community to understand that we can only prove ourselves by exhibiting who we are and what we can contribute to this world, to this society.
And that's a great segue, by the way. Our our last but not the most important section is sponsorship and outreach. So I have Shresht and Advay with me here.
Shresht and Advay. I love the name. I love the name.
Beautiful name. So, other than just doing the robot work, what else does your team do? Just share with the audience.
So every weekend, every week, we volunteer and we help younger kids learn and explore their passions in STEM and business. So that's one of the most important things we do. We also connect with people in the community. So we'll connect with people maybe in a neighboring, in a building nearby, or we'll connect during fairs or STEM days. And we just like talking to people in our community and just showing them what STEM is all about, what FIRST is all about, and just bringing that passion all around us. And that's like an important part of FIRST and STEM.
Do you want to share some of the events that you have done, just for the audience to know, like where Simply Complex is involved?
Yeah, sure. So for starters, we as a team, our mission is to reach the younger generation, not just the younger generation, but the community and the world as a whole. One example is we actually mentored a team in Malawi, Africa, where they may have not had the skill sets available to them to build robots and actually compete. So what we did, we stepped in, we gave them advice, not just on robot, but also on the outreach side, on how they can be involved in their community. Another thing we do is talk to a lot of professionals from these top companies. What they do is refine what we already have and help us with different objectives. For example, one mentor we talked to actually gave us advice on our intake and how we can refine it in order to not let it bottleneck us anymore.
This shows the importance of mentorship. Like, I think giving back to the society, it's for everyone at all levels, as we grow older. But thank you for sharing that. But before we go, I think one important thing, building a robot takes money. So, how does your team get money? Is there any way that, people can get involved and reach out to you and support you in your mission?
Yeah, so one of the best ways we can get sponsorships is with people connecting with us in these events that we do. So, for example, in like fairs or STEM days, we connect with a lot of STEM professionals, and they also they give us advice, but they'll also connect their companies with our team.
Yeah, you can connect with me. I will connect you.
And this brings in a lot of revenue and a lot of knowledge and skills to us. And this is something that we do every single year, and I feel like it helps both parties because they also get exposure and they also get to learn from us, and we also get to learn from them.
Means how much money is required to put this together, this whole project?
So I think it's funding for a project like this, from what I heard from the team, it's somewhere around $5,000 to $10,000. If any additional money comes in, I think the team puts it in community as well, which is great. And I think it's a balance that the team does. What one thing that I have heard from your team is that you'll stick to the budget, which I really like. And then you improvise as you go further. So that's a great way of thinking at such early age in life. Trust me, as adults, it took us a long time to think that way, sir.
So I have a good idea. Where I live, I have some big CEOs living in my street. So we all will go and knock doors and get a big check.
Yes, and to build a better future. So that's
right.
The thought process.
I think it's all. The team is done. We have more people you want to introduce, or that's it?
No, I think that's it. Thank you for inviting Simply Complex team.
Me, you, or inviting these guys or the parents. Yeah. Let's invite all the parents. Please come and join us. And we'd like to thank all of you. We'll want to thank all the kids at the behalf of Mana TV and TV5. We want to take this opportunity of saying thank you. Please support your community. Support all these young people who, and whatever you are doing, take little time for the next generation. Support them and give them what they need: tools, skills, and moolah.
Yes, thank you, Kulraji.
I also want to thank all the parents, and a lot of people are not here,
Yeah, you guys
but
wanna join us
they
as
can
well.
join us. Please come on, join us. And one thing more, Meghna, I want to add that I know how the kids feel, but any of you could just talk how you feel about today's show. Anybody can want to say something? Anybody has any few words? How do you feel meeting us and going through all this process?
Yeah. This is a really different experience for us because we're typically just like building the robot, and we don't really get to showcase our work that often. And especially, it's like really cool to showcase our work on a global level because like we really like robotics as a whole, and we want other people to share the same interests. So we really appreciated this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Sunny.
And parents, thank you so much for driving and coming. And at the behalf of TV5 and Mana TV, we fold our hands. And I just say that thank you so much and have a great 2026. You know, I would like to take this opportunity and at the behalf of TV5 and Mana TV and of course the management, Krishnaji, Sridharji and everybody else who's supporting us. I think this is a great initiative, and wherever you are watching this show, I think you have a role to play. You have to get involved and see how you can help somebody who needs funding or who needs some assistance or you can be a volunteer too and support this next generation. Trust me, let's rock.